Welcome to Lanterns Live, the only live stream podcast on YouTube dedicated solely to the Green Lantern universe. I'm Ralph. I am currently looking to open up a folder, specifically the thumbnail artwork for this week's episode, in which I'll be discussing the new logo for Lanterns, as well as some other stuff. But let me just get this open first, because I want to do something really quick. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Because I might share screen. You know what? I think I've been having problems sharing screen on this, so I won't be sharing screen. But I wanted to talk about this logo, which let me go grab that. Just taking my time here. There's no one in the live chat. Oh, here we go. They're starting to show up. Hello, Empire War. How you doing? I'm going to try to get an image file up here, because I want to take a look at this logo. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. I was planning on getting stuff done for this episode, which was supposed to be at 3. I changed the time. I was out and about with my wife, and so decided instead of rushing that I'd take an hour. Okay, there's the logo. Cool. It's a logo. What do you guys think? The reason why I bring it up is because I'm looking for stuff to discuss at all times, like Green Lantern. And this is a thing. Apparently, this is a thing. And so what I am going to do is, let me double check to see if I can share screen. Settings. Allow? Let's see. Man, this is a real slow going one. I can't open it. I was going to open up my Photoshop to let you all know that this is Conduit ITC Light. That is the font. Conduit ITC Light. I am going to put this in the chat for you all to see. And so that if anybody wants to make their own version of this logo, you could do it right there. Conduit ITC Light. There you go. That's the logo. I'll tell you one thing, though, that I did notice that I thought was interesting. And I know people are fucking going apeshit on the internet about this logo. It's basically the same font as like the Superman and Supergirl logo. It's a sans serif font. It's a medium typeface, even though this says it's light. Conduit ITC Light. It is a very, very basic font. It's a font that anybody could get their hands on for free, which is cool if you're a podcaster and you want to like alter this to say something else. It's perfect. It's whatever. Who gives a shit? People are going crazy for this logo, saying that the show is going to be garbage because of it. And I say to them, you're idiots. You're idiots. Who gives a shit about the logo? There's been all kinds of bad logos in the past. There's been good logos in the past. This one is middle of the road. It looks very, very similar to the True Detective logo. And again, I hardly call it a logo. It's a font with a sort of brushed metal layer on top with a hint of green color. A very, very light forest green color. So, cool. It's simple. And guess what? If you make it all fancy and fantasy looking and shit, all the regular people who are going to HBO just to be on HBO, like just people who are on HBO, they're going to watch a show called Lanterns. If this font is all fancy and fantasy, it might turn people away. HBO had a very, very successful show called True Detective, and one of the showrunners on that show, I believe, is also working on Lanterns. And it was a very successful show. Why not, continue going on their sort of trajectory by doing the same thing? Great. So yeah, I have very little to say, but I do think, like, if anyone's going to be looking into this and sort of like be like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? What does this logo reveal mean to us? What does it mean for the show? There's only one thing that I'll bring up, is that in the trailer for Lanterns, or the sizzle reel, the 12 seconds that we've seen of the show, which again looks good. It looks good. It said HBO Max, DC Studios, Lanterns. And now this just says DC Studios. Now, this is because this is the banner taken from a shop page on the DC site. So maybe it doesn't need to have the HBO branding on it, but there you go. And there's not much to say. Anyone who's complaining about this, I'm going to tell you, listen, I took a semester of typography in college. Guess what? It's the only college course I ever took, because it was the only art-based course that was available when I applied for college, and I didn't give a shit about any other thing. I only cared about art, and typography was open, and I took a semester of it, and I learned a lot. This, for me, I'm like, okay, they grabbed a font, they tweaked it a little by, with the spacing, did very simple stuff to it, boom, call it a day. And the way I see it, this has probably been a placeholder for a while. And when I watched the trailer, or the sizzle, again, a sizzle, for the first time, when I saw that, I said to myself, that's just a placeholder. And really, they must have just liked it and decided, you know what, we're going to keep this. But we got to zhush it up a little bit. So they added the brush metal and the smallest tinge of a greenish hue. But I don't care. People who are complaining about this are fucking idiots. Guys, it's a font. It's literally a font. It means nothing. When Superman came out, James Gunn's Superman trailer came out, it had almost the exact same font, the sans serif, light, medium font. It was white with a Superman. It's a Superman with a logo behind it. No one, well, I'm sure there was. I was not going to say nobody gave a shit, but stupid people gave a shit. Listen, I am fascinated by logos. I'm absolutely fascinated by logos. I spent many years doing branding and doing stuff like this and creating logos. This is just fine. The best thing about this font is it's not offensive. It's not like Papyrus. It's not Comic Sans. It's not something over the top. It's literally a nice clean font, which means they're taking the show serious. They're not trying to make it fancy. They're just here it is. The name of the show, Lanterns. DC Studios tells you what you need to know. The end. End of story. So, Conduit ITC Lite. Go grab that font. You could get it from any free font website. I sure did. And I've been using it on my art. Anytime you see my thumbnail art where it says Lanterns, that's what I've been using. And you can use it too. So, easy peasy. Easy peasy. No big deal. I might make a Lanterns Live shirt that uses this font with the brushed metal overlay with that small tinge of color. Maybe I'll make it more green, and all the dumb assholes will be happy that it's more green. Oh my God. You guys, really poked, really poked the bear on this whole font thing. Cracks me up. Again, I don't care. It's fine. That is the correct font. I believe as soon as that sizzle came out, I went in and I went into there's a website you can go to where you can upload an image and they could decipher the font and they'll give you a bunch of options. And I put like basically the image that was in the watermark of that sizzle into Photoshop, blew it up, put this font over, lined up the letters, and that's what you got. So I'm telling you, go get Conduit ITC Lite and start making your lanterns stuff. Like I might make a shirt with the lanterns font that says like, literally says like lanterns font. And I think that would be great. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Dave's in the chat. I don't know why he just gave me $20. Didn't have a question, but I super appreciate the super chat. Oh, is this why? Thanks, dude. It's so funny. So I had work this morning, and then after work, I changed, went and had lunch with my wife, and then it was basically, I could probably make it back to start at 3 p.m., which was my original start time, or we can stop and get ice cream. And I decided, sorry guys, I decided ice cream over an early Lanterns Live. I figured, you know what? It's my birthday. I'll go ahead and I'll have the ice cream. Lanterns Live can wait. And I'm glad to see a lot of folks here. So thank you so much. And the thing is, on top of this, great, like, I don't even know how you knew it was my birthday, but thanks so much for the super chat. I don't really get a lot of super chats, so if anybody's up for giving super chats out, today would be a fun day to do it. But he's an Honor Guard member. Like, he's already supporting the channel by being an Honor Guard member. That's a great way to support the channel. It's 99 cents. You get once a month member only live streams, which let's talk about that real quick because I almost forgot that I need to talk about that. So on my last member live stream, I talked about the Green Lanterns that appeared in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and one that didn't, which is John Stewart, who is played by Wayne T. Carr. And I mentioned that I was going to reach out to Wayne's people and see if he'd be willing to come on the show to talk about his time as John Stewart and what it was like to research the character and portray the character and what it was like on set and what it felt like to kind of lose that role to a Martian Manhunter. I reached out to his people. They didn't respond. So I just went and asked Wayne on Instagram. I said, hey, I reached out to your guys. They haven't gotten back to me. He sent me a DM saying that he's pretty much said everything he needs to say about Zach and Green Lantern. So I don't think he's coming on the show. But I would still like to extend an open invitation if he wants to come on. I really don't have anything to say about like Zack Snyder so much, or the movie Justice League, a movie which I really, really enjoy. If he doesn't want to talk about it, he doesn't have to talk about it. But I might reach out one more time and say, hey, listen, I really am not interested in Zack or the movie or any of the sort of stuff surrounding Zack Snyder's Justice League. I just want to know about his thoughts on the character, John Stewart and stuff. So unfortunately for now, no Wayne T. Carr, but maybe in the future, we can give him a chat. We should look to see if Penguin had a shop link, but yeah, DC shop itself. So maybe they don't need the HBO logo. Yeah, I don't know about that HBO logo not being in the Lanterns logo. I'm assuming it's just that because it's on the DC site. But like, listen, people can bitch and complain about this font, which I don't care about. Again, I don't care. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. And the fact that I have a clean version of that I can use for my own purposes, perfect. what people aren't excited about is that there's a dedicated shop just for Lanterns merch. And there's going to be at least more than one thing that we can buy that's Lanterns related. If it's the logo, you don't have to buy it. But if there's like anything from the show, shirts, hats, anything, like I'm all over it. I'm so excited for the fact that there's actually a DC shop for this. Yeah. Okay, so Will says that the shops for the other DC shows on HBO don't have the HBO branding. Okay, so there's that. So HBO didn't like pull out or anything. Everything's good. Superman had a similar font and it was really good. Yeah, the movie was great. Usually you don't base movies off of the font or the logo. In this case, I'm going to call it a font because it's really just a font. This is something that anyone can make. Let's see here. DC got a few things coming out this year. Lantern, Supergirl, Clayface. Is this still a thing or not? Clayface is still happening. It's coming out in October, closer to Halloween, which I think is a good thing. Supergirl, can't wait. Yeah. You know what the logo reminds me of? Swamp Thing. I agree. I don't remember the Swamp Thing logo on the DC Universe app. Swamp Thing logo. It's a very similar font. The Swamp Thing font looks a little the lettering is taller and almost looks like an impact font a little bit. Here, let me pop that up for you guys. There's a Swamp Thing font. Again, has a brushed metal, has an aged look to it. This one's more cracked and has like a stone look to it. But they are very similar. They're both sans serif fonts. And if you want to know like what a sans serif font is, a sans serif font, like I'm trying to think. I don't use serifs in the fonts I use, like this Lanterns Live. You know how if you sometimes write a capital I, for me on Lanterns Live, it's just a line. So a serif is when it's an I with the two little bits on the top and bottom. That's a serif. So that would be like your Times New Roman or something. So it's like an I would be like this, doot, doot. And then a sans serif, meaning it doesn't have a serif, is just that. So it's basically, again, a sans serif. It means it doesn't have a serif on it. So yeah. We're about to see a whole lot of promotion coming out for this show anytime now. I'm waiting. I'm really waiting. I was hoping that the trailer would come out in February because we're basically about 6 months out. And I know we have the trailer because they showed it to the press in Argentina. So I was really hoping, I'm like, what if they released it on my birthday? That'd be great. Well, they haven't. That's fine. If they want to release it tomorrow or the next couple of days, great. Maybe Friday. Who knows? I haven't heard anything in my secret circles about a trailer coming anytime soon. But once I hear that it's coming, I'll make sure that I have my page set up and ready to do a live stream. So again, as always, you want to have the bell icon clicked so that you know when I'm going live. The colors in the letters. Yeah, the colors in the letters are similar. But Swamp Thing has more green in it. And I know that's one of the complaints that people have been talking about, that there's not enough green in this logo. There is a small hint of green along the bottom that does like a gradient into white. So yeah, I can see that. Sure, Bakshan says he'll buy one of everything. I absolutely believe that you will buy one of everything. I will see what I get. I need some shirts. I need some Green Lantern shirts. I have like one Green Lantern shirt right now. I have a few hats, which I probably should be wearing. I never wear my Green Lantern hats. But yeah, speaking of Lanterns hats, that guy's sitting right there now. So, Yeah. One of these days I'll bust out that hat when we're allowed. Yeah, within the letters. Yeah, totally. There is a gritty sort of scratchy Swamp Thing style thing. Um, yeah, yeah. Will says he'll buy anything on that site as long as they make it his size. Agreed. Yeah, give us Husky Boys some big shirts. Um, Perfect. KC says that they like the subtle green better than all white. 100%. 100%. For me, I'm the same way. I like to add in gradients and stuff. For my Lanterns Live logo up there at the top, where you see that right there, I do it all white because it's, again, black and it really stands out. But a lot of times when I do logos and stuff, I prefer there to be like some sort of splash of color or some sort of texture to it. So I think the logo is perfectly fine. Yeah. We're still waiting on Swamp Thing, right? Like James Mangold is working on a Swamp Thing movie. I'm all for it. Let's make it happen. Will says HBO is dropping House of the Dragon promo tomorrow, so that's next. And then hopefully just after that we can get into like Lanterns. We're ready. We've been ready. I can't believe we have one image and 12 seconds of footage. Like Lanterns is so tightly wrapped. I've never seen anything that tightly wrapped. There's like Marvel leaks that you've seen like years ago. There's all kinds of stuff. And like, I don't know what's going on with Lanterns where it's like so under wraps. I've never seen anything like with zero leaks like this. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate it. Yeah, today is my birthday. And my wife was like, "You're going to do Lanterns Live? Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's like what I want to do. I love doing this. I'll say it's the highlight of my week is doing Lanterns Live. I just love Green Lantern, and I want to talk about Green Lantern. And there really wasn't any books coming out this week. And I thought of maybe like doing it on a different day than the normal Wednesday. I was thinking of doing maybe skipping the week, but I really, really just wanted to be on the stream and do something. So we're just talking about a logo now. What I originally was going to talk about was the people wondering if Green Lantern and the Green Lantern lore and the Green Lantern that we know from the comics will actually be reflected in the show. Like, how hardcore are we getting into True Detective territory? One of the things that I take solace with is the fact that Sinestro's in the show. Ulrich Tomlinson is playing Sinestro, and I'm hoping it's not just a tiny cameo or a little flashback or something. Like, I hope it's a pretty meaty part. But the fact that we are getting Sinestro, we know that there will be some alien component to the story. Yeah. Let's see here. Comics Jack. I really want to see Kyle Rayner be introduced. I would too. Right now, my only hope is, like, I'm going to take this like one bit at a time. So whenever the trailer comes out, I just need that to be good. If there's another trailer or TV spots, I need those to be good. Then I need the pilot to be good. I need episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to be good. If Kyle Rayner's not in it, that's okay. We're hoping for a second season. But also, like, this Man of Tomorrow thing, right? Like, listen, there was zero introduction to Guy Gardner in Superman. He was just dropped into the story, literally, from the sky. Here's Guy Gardner. No explanation. He's just inserted into the story. Man of Tomorrow can just do the same thing with Kyle, right? If Kyle Rayner doesn't make sense in this Lantern story that they're telling in the first 8 episodes, then that's fine. It just needs to be good. But if James Gunn goes and just drops a Kyle Rayner into the mix, great. I don't think that's going to happen because there was that. I have a short where James Gunn says that Kyle Rayner is in his favorite Green Lantern, which is fine. We know that his favorite is Guy Gardner, and he probably likes Hal more. I don't really know. So I don't know if James Gunn's going to plop him into the story, but I'm willing to sort of go along with the ride, see how Lanterns goes first with season 1, and then just hope like we can start getting more Lanterns as we go. We will be getting Kyle Rayner in the My Adventures with Green Lantern. That's been confirmed. So we are going to at least get Kyle somewhere within the next like year and a half. So that's good. That's really good. But listen, as a dude who with the quarter scale Kyle Rayner statue, I wanted to. I really wanted to. KC 100%. We need some rings for sale on that site. We do. And we need some really good ones. These guys from like the DC website, these were the Guy Gardner rings. I think that green is a little too see-through and a little too bright. I need more accurate ones, and I'm willing to pay a little bit more, for really good quality rings. But that Hal ring, which you can get over at like, God dang, I keep doing the thumbs up. The Hal ring that they have over at the Ring Foundry, that's based on Kyle Chandler's ring that he puts on the dashboard in the 12 seconds of footage. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. I just need to see if it would fit my big fat fingers. Oh, sorry, I got a blister there. But yeah, give me a high quality ring that fits me. I'm all over it. I'd like a John, I'd like a Hal, and I'd like a Sinestro. Will said he texted me some images of you figured to share. Let me see if I want to share these images. Okay, let's do this. Let's share these images. Save duplicate. Download. Save duplicate. All right, here we go. Let's check out these pictures that Will sent. We're going back and we're talking logos. Image file. Let's take a look. Let's first and foremost, let's look at this one here. Where did they go? Here, I'll just move it. I'll just do this here. Okay, so check this out, guys. I'm going to tell you guys right now, they use the exact same font. If you look at the R's, those are the exact same R's. It is the exact same font. There's no changes. The only change I see is the spacing between the letters. And that's probably because Lanterns is one word. And you want to spread it out a little bit. Those are identical fonts. Identical. And there's not a lot of crossover in the letters. The only letters that are the same are the T, which is the same, the E, which is the same, and the R. 100%, these are the same fonts. So that's what they're doing. They keep talking about True Detective. They'll brand it like True Detective. Because know what they want to do? With the DC Studios logo, they already have us. We're already ready to go. We're there night one. As soon as it starts, refresh your Apple TV or whatever. We're already in, says DC Studios. For people who aren't all in, they will see this and think True Detective, and they will tune in. So they're trying to dupe people. Let's take another look at this image file that Will sent. And I haven't seen this yet, but I can figure out what it is. Okay. So I'll tell you this. Creature Commandos, which was slated to happen before James Gunn's DCU happened, it has its own font. Creature Commandos, it's like a distressed font. Like if you look at the N in Commandos, like it's broken up, and the D in Commandos is broken up. It looks old. It looks worn down. It tells you what it needs to tell you. The Superman font, the Supergirl font, and the Lanterns font are all three different complete fonts. All you have to do is look at the S's. The Superman is a more squared off S. Supergirl is sort of a nice swoopy S and sort of short. And then Lanterns is that True Detective font. But they are very similar in that they are sans serif. They do not have a serif. If you look at Creature Commandos, the C's have a serif on it. It's not just a C. It's got that little serif on the top. So the sans serif fonts for Superman, Supergirl, and Lanterns are similar. They're very simple, and those are white. Those are white logos, which the Lanterns logo used to be. I am really interested. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. We haven't looked at this image because there's one thing missing here. And this is something that came out before James Gunn's, what do you call it? His getting promoted to the head of DCU. Let's see here. Image file. Let's take a look at this guy. Again, it's a different font. It's a longer font. It's a taller font. Almost very similar to the Superman font where it has the rounded edges. It's a sans serif. There's no serif on these letters. But it is a different font. But again, it's a very simple font, which they can later, this is good for like embroidering. It's a nice flat font that you could do for embroidering. You could put it on business cards. You could slap it on any product. But if you need to do some texturing and stuff, you can do something like this. But it's a basic font. These are all basic fonts. They are different shapes. Supergirl does have a spray paint texture over it. Lanterns has a brushed metal texture over it. And Superman doesn't have anything. It's nice and clean. It's almost like a clean slate for Superman. Supergirl has a bit of an edge. It's going to be a little different than Superman. It's still just white, but it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little rougher than Superman. So it has the spray paint splatters. And then this is the one. This is the one where, like, look at this, guys. It's identical. It's identical. The E's might be a little bit wider, maybe a little bit, but not much. There's no need to worry. No need to worry about anything. Can DC make a solo Hal Jordan films considering Kyle Chandler is 60? He is 60. He's not like, I think he's actually 60 now. Do you see it happening? This is my theory. Back in 2005, Jeff Johns wrote a series called Green Lantern Rebirth, in which Hal Jordan was very old, had the white streaks in his hair, was Parallax. This is like him getting rid of Parallax, set it all up. Boom. Hal Jordan loses the white streaks in his hair, and he has a rebirth. So a lot of people were speculating, because Kyle Chandler's on the older side, that he's going to die and his ring's going to go to Jon Stewart. That's the speculation from the fans. Pure speculation. We don't know any of the story. Again, we only have one image, one press release, and 12 seconds of footage. But if something were to happen to Hal Jordan in this show, let's say he already has Parallax in him. His ring does have gold in it. Maybe Hal Jordan dies. Maybe he does. Maybe he has a rebirth and comes back as a younger actor. playing a younger Hal Jordan. And then you can do your Hal Jordan solo movie. We've seen comic characters die and have rebirth. The first rebirth in DC that was called Rebirth was Green Lantern Rebirth, and that was Hal Jordan. And Hal Jordan got rebirthed in 2005, and here we are in 2026, and we still have Hal Jordan is in his prime as a Green Lantern stories that have been continuing ever since 2005. So for 21 years, we've had young Hal Jordan stories after he already had like a full 40-year run and died. So with Lanterns, that's my hope, is that we get Hal Jordan post prime and then he passes away, but we get someone younger in the role, and that's more John's age, and they could be like one-on-one. Yeah. Just some hope. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's pure speculation on my part, but based on the comics, Hal Jordan used to be old, Kyle Chandler age. If you read Green Lantern #1 from 1990, like Hal Jordan basically looks like Kyle Chandler in this series. So just food for thought. It could be complete waste of time thinking along those lines, but for me, it's something where I'm like, they can do it. They can still do a Hal Jordan in his prime post Lanterns. Comic Jack says even Doomsday were leaked. Yeah, Doomsday's leaked. Like Marvel, you think Marvel would have everything sewn up tight, but they don't as much as Lanterns. Lanterns has been like no information coming out. Thanks. Yeah, today's my birthday. Appreciate it. Dave was cool enough to send a super chat for my birthday, so if you guys want to do that, I'm all for it. I usually don't get super chats. I don't ask for super chats, but it all just goes back into the show. So if you want Lanterns Live to thrive, it always helps to kick in some stuff. My suggestion: join as a member, 99 cents a month. Quit at any time. You get monthly members only live streams. You get emojis. You get badges and stuff. It's really cool. Casey says Ulrich Thompson is in every episode. I mean, is this based on something you've seen on IMDb? Because sometimes IMDb could be wrong. If he's in every episode, I'm very excited for this series. Yeah. So Will says that he thinks Man of Tomorrow is going to be another push or Aaron Pierre as John Stewart. I know that when Man of Tomorrow was announced, they did those 3 images with Lex in his power suit alongside Superman. Aaron Pierre either liked that post, or I think he might have even commented like "Let's go" in that post, which suggests that he's in the movie. And guys, I would love to see more Aaron Pierre in Man of Tomorrow. Even if he shows up as like I don't know. I just want to see him in it. I feel like we're getting so close to getting like Justice League Unlimited level in the DCU. If Hawkgirl and John Stewart, if we get any shot of them side by side in Man of Tomorrow, people are going to flip their lids. Hopefully we get at least 3 seasons of Lanterns. I'm hoping that we get more. I'm hoping that they're already starting to work on season 2. I've said this before. Damon Lindelof, who's a showrunner for Lanterns, was the showrunner of Lost. And Lost was a show that he was the creator of. He was the showrunner of, along with Carlton Cuse. They produced anywhere from 16 to 23 episodes of Lost a season. And each season came out in 6 subsequent years. There were 6 seasons of like 16 to 23 episodes for 6 years straight. I feel like they can do 8 in a year. So my fingers are crossed that we get an announcement of Lantern Season 2 very soon. And who knows? Like, maybe they've already started shooting it. Who knows? This production is so tightly wound up and like safely guarded that who knows? They might have Season 2 already like ready to go. Because it's been done since I think like May or something of last year, or like summer of last year, maybe it's August. But I mean, since August, you don't think they could have written 8 more episodes of Lanterns? Like, I'm ready to go. I'll tell you this, the production crew hat, where you can look at pictures online, on the side of the hat, it says Season 1. And on the note that Damon Lindelof left, on that hat, which you can see pictures online, Damon Lindelof says, "Thank you for Season 1." Implying or inferring, I don't know which one, that there will be a Season 2. Ring Foundry has Hal's exact ring from the image we were stuck with for a year, not the ring from the micro trailer. I believe that the Ring Foundry did do a ring based on that image, but then updated it based on the footage of it on the dashboard. So there might be an updated version if you want to check out Ring Foundry. I am supposed to get them on the show, Ring Foundry, and we can talk all about it. So next week I'll be doing Green Lantern 31 with Will. Maybe the following week I'll have Ring Foundry on so we could talk about all the rings and what they're working on. Because the Guy Gardner ring that they're working on looks way better than this guy. Looks way better. Empire says, I heard the logo is inspired by some detective show. Yeah, from True Detective. Will sent me this. It is basically the exact same font as True Detective. It's the same font. I'm just gonna say it. It's the same font. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go through all of these. Yeah. So apparently Sinestro will be established as a rogue GL. Hopefully we get to see him set up the Yellow Lantern Corps stuff in space. Yeah. It was mentioned in the press release, or it was the Vanity Fair article that came out a year ago with that one image of Hal and John. And they do mention that Sinestro is a rogue GL. So I'm kind of hoping we see him in the blue suit, and I'm hoping we see him in the yellow suit. We'll see. Lanterns was the only font with some color. That's true. It's the slightest tinge of green. It's the slightest. But it does look better than just plain white. Jordan asks, what do you think is happening with Peacemaker, and do you think Green Lanterns will interact with that storyline? Peacemaker is in Salvation, which is an alternate dimension that Rick Flag sent him to and trapped him in. I believe after Season 2 of Peacemaker ended, James Gunn said that Salvation will be a part of Lanterns. What capacity? I don't know. But it sounds like that the Lantern show will interact with that Peacemaker storyline of Salvation. Okay, so IMDb says that Ulrich Thompson will be in all 8 episodes. I can go say that I'm in Lanterns on IMDb. Anyone could put anything on there. So once production starts revealing stuff, they'll go into IMDb and be able to put in all the correct information. But for now, take it with a grain of salt. Allison's here. Hey, Allison, I need to have you back on. We need to talk about Justice League New Frontier, which has a great Green Lantern storyline. Lindelof does another show to work on, but he can wrap that up before they start next season of Lanterns. I didn't know he was working on a show. That's cool. Let's get Lanterns going. He's got a writer's room. I know he's might be writing some. Tom King might be writing some. But when you put season 1 on the hat, which is the hat you can see online, it says season 1 on it. Like, they're real hopeful for season 2. And the way that HBO's been talking about how great this show is, unless the numbers are abysmal, I can't see them being this excited about a show and not giving it a season 2 already. If it's as great as they say it is, then greenlight that season 2. Okay. So Lindelof is working on a show called The Chain, and he'll be the showrunner. Okay. Well, fingers crossed for Lanterns. We need him over there. Because, like, I know people say Tom King is hit and miss. I have no opinion on Tom King. But I think with, like, Chris Mundy and Damon Lindelof, like, they bring a lot of clout to this. So let's hope Lindelof has the time to come do this. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, will Lanterns be comic accurate? We'll talk about this for about 15 minutes. Every bit of artwork they've shown to promote Lanterns, up until the point where they gave us that image of Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler, everything has been the Earth One Green Lantern artwork. And I don't really want that. I don't have anything against the art in Earth One, Green Lantern Earth One. Don't have any problems with the art or the art style. It's an Elseworlds book. But what I'm looking for after we're talking what, 15 years since the Ryan Reynolds movie? After 15 years, I don't want to have to wait this long to get an Earth One version of the costumes on the show. I really, really would like a comic accurate costume. And based on people who've talked about seeing the trailer shown in Argentina, they said that the costumes are comic accurate, but maybe not the costumes we're thinking of or hoping for. So if it is the Earth One costumes, I guess it's okay. I kind of wish they would just show us sooner than later, so that we can get used to them by the time the show comes out. I really want it to be comic accurate. If Kyle Chandler has white gloves, it'd be a dream. If he literally was dressed like this. White gloves. Green boots. Yeah. Fingers crossed. What do you guys think? You think we're going to do, how comic accurate do you think guys think that this True Detective style show, how accurate do you think it will be to the DC comics? What do you think? Very? I wish we had any sort of clue. I wish Funko would leak product stuff. I wish anyone would give us anything on what the costumes actually look like. The ring looks pretty good. Doesn't look comic accurate. It's not a round ring. It's more of the emblem shaped ring with gold around it. What do you guys think? You think we're going to get comic accurate stuff? Do you think it's going to be Earth One stuff? Do you think it'll be something different? From what I heard, there is gold, like the ring looks similar to the outfit where there's like gold piping, which could be interesting. I don't know. If you give me green boots, white gloves, I mean, come on. Like, look at Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner to extent. I know the Lore Tech stuff wasn't like Guy's comic accurate costume, but they went with the bowl cut. Everyone's so excited for Cyclops. Cyclops is in the Doomsday trailer wearing a blue and yellow comic accurate costume. Something that we've been waiting for since 1998. And it's finally here and people are excited. And with James Gunn doing the Suicide Squad and Superman and Peacemaker, where he's doing comic accurate costumes, I'm hoping he has some sort of say on this show, because he's basically executive producer. He's not producing the show, but he does have input. And I'm hoping he's like, listen, trust what's worked for 80 years. Give the characters comic accurate outfits. If Superman can wear trunks, Kyle Chandler can wear white gloves. If you have to muddy him up and make him dirty, whatever you have to do so they don't look like he's a butler, fine. But give him white gloves. It's the look that's worked for 50 years plus. Cosplayers do it all the time. And you're Hollywood. You have the best costume designers. You can make something look pretty rad. I didn't have anything against Ryan Reynolds' costume in Green Lantern other than the neck looked weird. You could tell it was CG because the neck didn't quite fit right. There's a couple of shots of Ryan Reynolds when Kilowog has him sort of trapped and being pulled in by a construct of a sun. And Ryan Reynolds has the ring and he's making a construct of a grappling hook into the ground. You don't see the neck. You don't see the neckline. And that shot looks amazing. There's a shot where Tomar Ray first flies with Hal Jordan through Oa and they're coming straight towards the camera. You don't see the neckline in the CG, and that shot looks good. The mask looks stupid. It's my least favorite thing about the Ryan Reynolds costume was that the mask looked stupid. It wasn't the right shape. It looked cartoony. It looked bad. When he doesn't have the mask on, his costume looks way better. I still would have given him white gloves. Somehow. That was the only thing, is the gloves were wrong and the mask looked stupid. But for the most part, I like that it really had the basic lines of Hal Jordan, except it had the pointy instead of the trunks. It had the point here, and had the shoulder accents here. Put Kyle Chandler in the suit. If it looks old and outdated, great. He's playing an older Hal Jordan. It's fine to look old and outdated. Hal Jordan doesn't care about how much he looks. When he took on Abin Sur's ring, he basically just wore what Abin Sur was wearing. He's basically wearing Abin Sur's uniform. Kyle did the same thing until he decided this looks outdated. So he changed it. John Stewart, when he first became Green Lantern, wore the Abin Sur outfit, but then he changed it. So let Hal Jordan just be kind of stuck in his old ways. Give him the old suit. When John gets his suit, have him turn it into the classic John suit. Have him do no glove. He can say, Hal, your gloves look stupid. I'm not doing gloves. He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. That's John Stewart. He has the V coming across with the emblem. Make it part of the story. Make John say the white gloves are lame. And he could jazz up his own suit. Yeah. Do you believe what Daniel RPK said today? I have no idea who Daniel RPK RPK is. Will says, I don't believe RPK on this specific scoop. I have no idea. Let me know what the scoop is or send me a link. So here we go. We got some information or some Earth 1 spent a lot of time in space. Agreed. So would you rather have a grounded show where you're comic accurate, or would you rather have an Earth 1 outfit where you're in space a lot? Again, they say that this isn't taking from one story, that it's a basic amalgam of many Green Lantern things. I'm hoping that one of those things is Green Lantern Secret Origins by Jeff Johns and Ivan Reis. And we're dealing with, instead of Sinestro and Hal, we're actually dealing with Hal and John, and Atrocitus is there, and we get some Ab and Sur stuff and all that goodies. Yeah, that's what I want. Comic Jack, seeing how grounded Lanterns is, I doubt they'll do comic accurate costumes, unfortunately, in my opinion, because it'll look out of place and feel cartoonish. I agree. So, we'll see. Casey says there has to be comic book accuracy within show. Yeah, I agree. I want it to be comic accurate. I don't know if it will. I was reading those 1990 Green Lantern books with art by Pat Broderick, and Hal Jordan starts off basically where Kyle Chandler is, old with stubble and grays in his hair with a jacket and jeans, walking around America. There's a lot of him reminiscent about his time with Ollie in Hard Traveling Heroes. So I'm hoping there's some sort of like overarching thing where it has to do, like they pull some stuff from Hard Traveling Heroes. I still think Garrett Dillahunt will be Green Arrow, who's going as Billy Macon in hiding, and that his son Billy Macon Jr. is Speedy in hiding. That's a theory of mine. Or he could be a Black Hand. I don't know. Let's see. I got the link. Oh, it's about Batman. James Gunn won't. Daniel Richmond. I don't know who Daniel Richmond is, but it says in quotes, James Gunn won't introduce DCU Batman until Matt Reeves finishes his trilogy. No, that's not what I said. Yeah, I don't know what this is. You guys talking about Batman? It's Green Lantern. This is Lanterns Live. Not check out Gotham City Tonight. Gotham City Tonight, my friend Ryan Dole over on that show usually does live streams a couple hours after I do mine on Wednesdays. So I'm sure he'll be talking about that. So definitely I say check out Gotham City Tonight for that. More info on Batman. Cause yeah. Okay. So Batman, yeah. I don't follow Batman stuff a lot, like honestly, like, you know, but I guarantee you Ryan will be covering that at Gotham City Tonight. Definitely follow Ryan. Yeah, so basically the scoop was Reeves waiting to complete Batman 3 before he do Batman. He didn't want 2 active Batmans. You know, we had 3 active Batmans at one point. We had Ben Affleck. We had 4. We had Robert Pattinson, Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, and George Clooney. When the Flash came out with 3 Batmans. And James Gunn likes the Flash movie. I like the Flash movie. I really like Hal's uniform in First Flight. Agree. You're indifferent about the white gloves. Yeah, me too. I am, but you know, if they go with those white gloves, you know that show is going to be freaking comic accurate. Because that's the silliest thing, right? Are the white gloves. Like, they look cool in the comics, but like, in live action, like nobody has like white gloves that go to their elbows. But if they do those, though, if they do the white gloves, then I know that they're really going for comic accuracy. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Will says check out This Comic Cooks too. Yeah, check out This Comic Cooks. Check out Green Lantern's podcast. Like those are like my dudes. Those are my dudes that have been hanging out with me since the start. So if you want any comic news in general, follow This Comic Cooks. If you want Batman specific stuff, check out Gotham City Tonight. If you want Green Lantern news and up to the minute info, check out Green Lantern's podcast. And if you want some dude just chatting about Green Lantern and just continue to hang out here. Thanks. We've been at it an hour. I think I'm going to be taking off here. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Dave, thank you so much for the super chat. That was unexpected. And everybody who's part of the honor guard who does the monthly thing here on YouTube. Thank you guys for your support as well. And then thank you for everybody for showing up live. We'll do one in 1 week from now. I'll be covering Green Lantern 31 with Will from Green Lantern's podcast. And we will see if Hal Jordan actually proposes to Carol Ferris. Yeah. Oh, and of course, like follow Allison Troy. Retro Troy Prince. Allison Troy. Retro Toy Princess. I want to be on that show. Allison, let me get me on your show. I don't have to do Green Lantern stuff, but I would like it. It's the only way I know to be, so you're welcome. I'll definitely enjoy my birthday to the max. Thank you, everybody. I'll be back in a week. So till then, like and subscribe, and tomorrow when this you come back to this page, hype this video. I love the hypes. That helps people find stuff. Go check out some interviews I did with Tim Sheridan, Morgan Hampton, Jeremy Adams, 3 great Green Lantern writers, and then any episode with Will and Allison and hey, I didn't ask for those balloons, and Vactor and Chad over at Lantern Cast. Just go follow everybody, and thanks again, guys. I will chat with you real soon. Thank you. Until then, beware my podcast. It's Lantern's Life. Bye.